Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Brian Peterson, and I'm back with the Freakshow wrestling tournament in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the beginning of the Freakshow right here. They always start out this wrestling tournament with a turning the lights down low, and they play some music, get everybody pumped up before they turn on the lights and start all the matches. So, first matchup we have is Alex Muoz. He's one of my 14-year-olds, and he's in the 15 and under division, and he's going at it. He's a little nervous at this tournament, but he's a pretty solid wrestler. We're putting too much pressure on the collar tie. We snap him down, and our opponent hits a 2-on-1 and brings us right into the Merkle. I actually have a video on that, and he scores the 2 points. He's under both arms. He's not trying to roll with the Merkle. He ends up getting behind, and now Alex has to try to get away. In the sport of wrestling, it's 2 points for a takedown, and we want to get our 1 point escape or 2 point reversal. We clear the wrist tie using our left elbow, and we're standing up to our feet, fighting the hands as we're trying to get hip separation. I also have a video on that. Notice he tried to lift us, and we hooked his leg with our left foot. Referee stops the match and warns our opponent for stalling. And you get warned for that when you're on top and you don't return your opponent to the mat, or at least attempt. So even though he was trying, he wasn't doing a good enough job for the ref, so he gets a warning. Next one will be a point, so we know that. So again, he's controlling our wrists, and looks like they had a problem with the clock, so they had to stop the match actually. Don't think the clock was running properly. So we're going to get a fresh start again and do this again. So just going to show you guys again how we get our escape. He's coming over the top on the left side. We end up pushing it. We go 2-on-1 again. He's got our wrist. We break the tie, and we're fighting the hands, fighting the hands, fighting the hands. And the guy's so frustrated, he's probably going to get called for stalling. He releases us, and we get a 1 point escape. So we're going to move ahead and move on to the next situation. I'd like to show you. This is now the second period. I'm explaining to Alex that the guy can't ride you. He's not going to be able to hold you down. You got up very easily. Let's get pumped up and let's get ready for this next period. So they end up getting choice and they defer to us, which means we get choice. We chose down for the second period. So score's 2-1 right now. And he got the takedown. We got the escape. So we want to tie it up with an escape. So we're trying to go back pocket, and we turn, and we catch him with a nice chin whip throw. And he ends up getting off his back, and we have to just clear out. We get a 1 point escape. Take a little single leg, and it's over. So we end up losing that match, and 3-2. But just trying to show you guys some highlights of the match. Here's Ben Gould. Showed you guys him this past week. And again, him with the double underhooks and a nice throw right there. Taking the guy through. Notice he's using his right leg like a hook. He climbs over like in the mount, but our opponent is bridging off of his back. And then you're going to notice Ben cleverly control the wrist. See his left hand come through and control the wrist. He's trying to keep his opponent on his back. And at the same time, he's listening to his coach, Coach Neil at the time, and Coach John. And he's holding him down. I was actually on another mat at this time coaching other kids. So he steps off on the side, takes a headlock, and he is squeezing his opponent's neck, and his opponent's doing his best to stay off his back. A little bit of an illegal headlock, but the referee missed it. And now we're controlling him, just trying to reduce his oxygen intake as we lift his head to get his shoulders pinned. So we're getting real close. Referee's got a great view, and we end up securing the fall right then and there. So next match right here is Shawnee. She's one of our female wrestlers. And Shawnee's got a great high crotch to a crackdown. So that's something she loves. Notice she's going to get the tie with her left hand. Right now they're fighting for ties. The other girl's kind of slapping her away. She ends up getting in on the high crotch, and she hits the crackdown, steps over the hips, and she's able to secure the 2 point takedown. So gets the control, and I'm going to cut ahead here to show you the next round. We're back up on our feet, Nice inside tie, another high crotch, right to a crackdown, stepping over. Notice she does the same technique over and over. This time her opponent kind of gets caught on her back, but she finally frees herself and gets off her back. Shawnee gets wrist control. Wrestling is just such a grinding sport. Notice how she's got the wrist control. She's putting in what's called a half Nelson, and she's trying to drive it at about a 2 o'clock angle, maybe a 1:30 angle, and takes her opponent over. She's got to get those shoulders down to get the fall or the pin, and it's a 2-second pin, and she gets it. So, really good job by Shawnee. She's a senior on my high school team, and she's here starting early at the preseason tournaments. So, cool. This match right here was going to be a good match. We knew our opponent was going to be tough. You can see how well built he is. It looked like it was going to be very evenly matched. Our opponent went to state last year, and we were very, very excited to get after it. So there was a little bit of chaos right here. I was calling John over because now we've got another athlete going up, and we've got two going at the same time. So we're going to have to try to do both simultaneously with our coaching staff. Ben drives him out of bounds. So nothing when you drive someone out of bounds in folk style. We take a low shot, low single. The guy's trying to do what's called like a funk roll, and we're trying to control in between the legs and get the control. And the referee felt right there that there was enough control. He gave us a quick 2 points. And as they're tumbling and flipping around, it looks like it's just a scramble. Really, it depends on the ref there. There could be a ref that wouldn't give a takedown right there, but I like the ref's call. Of course, it was in our favor. He felt that there was control. So our opponents didn't like that very much. So they definitely wanted to argue this call right here. So, and it was right around this time that we had Jake wrestling on the mat right next to us. So his coach is going to go argue the call. This frequently happens in the sport of wrestling. Like any sport, they don't like the call, so they're gonna argue it and try to get the points off the board. But the points stick. So Ben's on top. He snags an ankle when the referee blows the whistle, trying to break him down. He chops his arm and gets him down on his belly. Ben's really strong, so he's using that strength to his advantage. Looks like he's working a chicken wing, but our opponent slips his arm out of the chicken wing. Now he's looking for a half Nelson. He's really riding kind of high, but keeping that weight on his opponent's hands, working a little bit of claw, reaching across. He's keeping good forward pressure so that opponent can't lift his head. So that's one of the most important things to keep your opponent down. Our opponent sits out and hits a switch and succeeds, and that's a 2-point reversal. We're trying to get our one escape. We're still in contact right now, but once we can get our head out, and that's going to be one escape for us, now it's 3-2. So we get the 2-point takedown, he got the 2-point reversal, and then we got the 1-point escape. So 3-2, we've got the lead. Collar ties. He hits a little pass by, a little slide by, but it didn't work. We were able to break free of it. He hits a low single on us, and we're controlling those ankles, just trying to keep the control and avoid the takedown, and we do. Time runs out in the first period. So referee flips his disc, and the choice goes to green. And they decide to defer to us, give us the choice so that they can have the choice in the third period, and Ben chooses down. So choosing down is a very common thing. You know, if you're good on the bottom, you can escape from your opponent, and it's relatively a safe position to be in. So we spread our base pretty good. Our opponent puts a leg right in, and he's working on what's called a power half Nelson. You'll see Gordon Ryan in Jiu-Jitsu actually use a power half Nelson quite a bit. We're looking to pummel under the leg, create a reversal, and we were able to turn into a double. We don't have 1-point escape yet. We end up driving, taking him down. Cameraman's a little behind, and we end up getting the 2 reversal. So nice job. Score should be 5-2, according to my calculations. And we're underneath the arms. I actually wasn't coaching this match. At this point, I was at the mat next to us coaching our little guy, Jake, our 108-pounder. Looks like Ben's getting too high. He's out of position right now. Our opponent's got our foot, and he's pulling it over his head. Very nice reversal. Ben tries a cartwheel, but he gets stuck on his head, and our opponent comes behind us for a 2-point reversal. So Ben's got a hustle right here. 2-point reversal. That's now 5-4. We get a 1-point escape. That's 6-4 with us having the lead, and we're sprawling on our opponent. If we can get behind, we'll get the 2, which would make it 8-4. Opponent still has our legs, but we've got a nice ankle control. We're running around, and we bump right into him, take him off balance a little bit, and then we end up with a go behind, 2-point go behind. That makes it 8-4. Got our opponent flat on his belly, looking for a little cross-face action. You can see our opponent's a little winded. He realizes time's running out. It's not worth trying to get up and get away. And end of the second period. I'm going to fast forward this. Get through this point. It looks like there was a little bit of blood on Ben, so we had to clean off some of the blood. And then we'll get right back to the action for the third period. They choose down, and they're down by 4. So we're actually looking pretty good right here. Going ankle ride, and then we're coming back upstairs. Oh, our opponent turned into us. Got his 1-point escape, so that makes it 8-5. Ben goes for an inside trip from double overhooks. Really good technique, but probably not the best time to hit it. I mean, he's got a 3-point lead, and there's no need to take any unnecessary risk at that point, especially with our opponent retreating and backing up. But, going collar ties. Notice Ben's using the, what I call like a forearm hook a lot of times with his left hand. Opponent takes a shot. We end up hitting a go behind, but we are out of bounds. So even though it looked like Ben had control, he's a little frustrated because he wanted the points, but his feet were clearly out of bounds. So that's not going to be worth a 2-point takedown. So it's getting kind of tight right here. Our opponent's trying to attack. He's trying to get in on us. We've got a front headlock. We're looking to snap and go behind. Ben gets a little lazy, tries to just leap behind, and now we gave him our leg. Our opponent steps in the hole behind our leg. We're hanging onto the whizzer. Our head is way too low right now. We've got to keep our head up. He's noticed we're keeping our right leg away from him. He comes up. He looks for a cradle, and he looks like he's going to get it, and he does. He gets the takedown. That makes it 8-7. And he cuts us. He lets us go. That makes it 9-7. We've got a 2-point lead. A takedown by our opponent will tie it, send it into overtime. So we're sprawling as best we can. He's in on a low single, and we're holding his ankles. We're just, a lot of times you got to hang on to those ankles. Referee calls a quick stalemate right there. Stalemate is when neither wrestler can improve the position. A referee can call a stalemate and stand it right back up. So time's ticking down. We need to just stay in good position. We hit a nice little sprawl. Opponent dives for our legs. It's not there. And we get a nice little go behind as time expires. And we finish with a takedown, making it 11-7. So 11-7 for that finish. Flash right over to the side, and we've got little Jake Quintana. So real busy right here. Jake's got a pretty good lead right now. I believe it's 7-1, if I remember correctly. We're riding him out. It's the third period. There's only about 30 seconds left. We're snagging an ankle. And great first move, and then we chop his arm, get some wrist control, and he's coming off to the side looking for what's called a ball and chain. He grabs the wrist from behind, between the crotch. He was going to thread his right hand in to look for like a tilt or a different type of pinning combination, but going out of bounds, gets a restart in the middle. So Jake's just a freshman, but he's a very skilled wrestler. Comes up, chops him, brings him down. Opponent's again getting up. We suck him back in, pick up on a single leg. Our opponent tries to sprawl as best he can, but they go out of bounds again. Okay, I'm actually asking for Jake to continue to snag those ankles, but I think this is the point he wants to actually cut him. He doesn't want to ride. I'm telling him to ride. He goes upper body. It's not working. Our opponent's got hand control, and he cuts off, and Jake just says it's fine. Go ahead and let him go. So we've got a comfortable lead. Yeah, it looks like it should be 7-2 now. We should have about a 5-point lead. Maybe a 6-point lead, not really sure. Our opponent gets in. and we whizzer throw him out of bounds as he rolls us. But again, out of bounds, you got to do your work in the middle if you want to get credit for it. Jake takes a shot, gets a little club dig action with an underhook, and then tries to headlock him as time expires. He knew time was running out, and our opponent didn't really have a shot. He just wanted to get one more shot in with a headlock. So, all right, we've got Shawnee. Last match, I'm going to show you guys quick. Again, you know she likes the high crotch to the takedown, or to the crackdown. She circles her opponent, nice high crotch, dumps her right on her butt, climbs right over just like she's done in her other match, and gets the takedown. Even though it was right on the edge, referee felt that she was in control in bounds, so he gave the takedown. So now we are on top. So with the top position, your goal is to put your opponent on their back, try to secure a fall, pin their shoulders to the mat for 2 seconds. We're riding tough. Our opponent's doing her best to try to get away. We've got a nice 2-on-1. We break her down, very basic wrestling. And with wrist control, we're going to put in what's called, again, a half Nelson. Shawnee's pretty beastly with her half Nelson. Nice spread base, and she gets the fall. So that's all it, guys. That's what I have for you today. When I get back in town, I'll be showing you guys some more jiu-jitsu stuff in the gym. But for now, this is what I have for you. Then we went out to dinner after this, had a nice meal. What's up, everybody? Teach Me Grappling. Here we are, Brian Peterson. I'm here in Las Vegas at Frisco Italian Restaurant. It's awesome here, and I got this waiter who got me a chair today, set me all up, and now he's gonna do this.
It's all about doing it live in the mix right here. It's all about wrestling in the house. Make some noise! It's all about Italian food. It's like everybody enjoying their food here tonight. Say heck yeah!
Heck yeah!
So, got a little something for you. So what I need for everybody, put your hands together like this. Some say the life is for the full of glory, and so do I. Some think the life is sad and melancholy, and God is kind. But I like to live my life for singing a joyful song. To sing and hear the bells that are ringing, and that's wrong. Listen, listen, echo from afar. Listen, listen, echo from afar. Echo from It's all about doing it live right here at Fresco's Italiano here at Westgate Resorts, Vivas, Las Vegas. Baby! Mic drop.
All right, everybody. I'm just gonna have to show you guys at least one technique. I can't leave you without a technique. This is how you choke a guy in a chair. Go to sleep. All right, I can't put this guy out. He's got to wrestle tomorrow. He's undefeated on day number 1. Day number 2, Trent Muoz right here. We'll be back. All right.